Oh, good evening. This is Bobby, and tonight I wanted to speak a little bit about actually something that I saw on the on one of the blogs today, and I thought it was quite appropriate, and maybe do just a little bit of researching again. This has to do with the presumptive, or I might say presumptuous, Democratic nominee, um, uh, Barry Dunham, aka Barack Obama. Now, let's look at a couple of things here. First of all, I believe that there is definitely, obviously, the sins of the father and the mother are uh, uh, visited upon the child. In other words, child inherits the parents' qualities or whatever sins, this type of thing. So let's take another look at Stanley and Dunham. Now, we have her birth time, which we've arrived at in another chart. And let's look particularly right now at the moon. Now, the moon is perhaps the most important aspect of the chart. It tells us a great deal about the person because the moon governs the mind. The moon governs the mind. All right. Now, if you notice that the moon is conjunct together with Rahu, and Rahu is its enemy. Rahu is the enemy. It's actually a very classic enemy of the moon. And when you see those two planets together, you'll find that a variety of different kinds of psychiatric problems. You'll see paranoia, very often you see paranoia. Sometimes you will see something called narcissistic personality disorder. And this is basically what I want to speak to you about this evening. Let's speak a little bit about Stanley and Dunham. Okay, she was an only child, and her parents indulged her quite a bit. They even went to a totally different state in order for her to pursue her education in a better school system. And they were pretty indulgent. They must have been pretty indulgent in order for her to have done what she did in the first place, namely that she somehow managed to escape their surveillance and to become pregnant with Barry Dunham. And not only that, but with a person who, was from another country, and a person who was also married. So they must have been extremely indulgent, and that is one of the causes that the DSM-V1 or DSM-6 is what's called like a psychiatric manual, described as one of the etiological factors for narcissistic personality disorder. Having overindulgent parents, having parents who praise the child too much, causes obviously. However, as you can see here, there may also be a genetic predisposition. All right, because these planets are together here, Moon conjunct Rahu. Now let's look at her son's chart. Okay, Barack Obama. This is the chart I have for him being born in Kenya. We don't know exactly where he was born, or even what day he was born, because there's no official birth certificate. Okay, this chart, I believe this chart describes him very well. All right. If we do a Honolulu chart, there would be a difference of about 5 degrees. In other words, the moon, instead of being at 3 degrees, it would be at about 8 degrees. All right. Now let's look at the moon and how Rahu are connected in his chart. All right. Now again, Rahu is throwing. Rahu has a 10th aspect, and it is throwing its 10th aspect on the moon to within a few minutes. You'll see that they're both at 3 degrees. Rahu here is at 3 degrees, and 3 degrees Leo, and over here the moon is at 3 degrees Taurus. All right. So again, there's that similar connection, and basically what we have been witnessing over the last few weeks is that Barry is not acting like he is a nominee. He's acting as if he is already the president of the United States. He's already acting that way. So I believe what we're dealing with here is, and I don't want to step on anyone's feet out there in terms of any of the psychiatrists who will be listening to my dissertation here, but I believe I'm not the only one that has observed that he is definitely acting like a classic case of narcissistic personality disorder. All right, so that's all I wanted to speak to you about this evening. All right, and if you have any questions or you'd like to know more about astrology, please give me a buzz, drop me an email, and I will be speaking with you again. Okay? Thanks for listening.